Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. You know, as I was setting things up tonight, I realized that this is the first, at least I think it's the first, AEW content that I'm doing this year. And I was like, well, shoot, we're in the second week. So I missed several weeks of AEW content depending on what was going on. We had the holidays, we had all that kind of stuff. So but hey, we're starting out fresh. Had a lot happening late last night. If you guys joined me, we were talking about WWE stuff. We'll get into a little bit of that. We'll get into some other news. We'll also get into tonight's AEW Dynamite, But before we do all that, make sure, folks, you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. And especially the ring the bell part. That's important. Now, I know a lot of people don't do that for channels because they're just scrolling through YouTube and whatnot. But a lot of times I do things last minute like tonight. Tonight was like, do I go live? Do I not go live? Yeah, I better do a follow-up on last night. Plus, tonight's show was pretty damn good. So, I know I don't promote my stuff or other stuff as much as I should. So that's why I say hit that bell so that you do get the notification like, oh, J-Bone's live, so you don't miss any of this stuff, Or if you don't catch it live, to catch the replay down the road sometime. So, where do we start? Let's start out with a little bit of reflection on what happened last night. Last night we went live and we were talking about the possible, and I say that with a big P, possible. Big P, little O, Sybil. Possible sale because nothing was confirmed. But it seemed like there were some certain sources out there that sounded pretty legit. Sounded like they knew what they were talking about. Nothing's too specific, but it certainly had people talking. So apparently and I don't like this when this happens. I knew I jumped on it. Most of the time I don't jump on stuff like this. Most of the time, you know me, I don't do this. I'll talk about it after the fact, after it's been debunked or whatever. As in a you put out some fake news. But so it looks like nothing is set in stone right now. Some of the people that put out those preliminary tweets took them down. Some of them didn't. Some people are really upset that the news wasn't real. And I see some people joking around that, no, it's not Saudi. It's actually going to be Disney. So what's her name? Denise Salcedo put up a meme of Mickey running across the WWE Twin Towers parking lot with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. Definitely gave that a like earlier today. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the news. It does certainly seem like the sale could come sooner rather than later. And but to who it may land, as far as who's going to be the winner in this, we got to wait and see. If it is Saudi, nothing's been done yet. Because there are people closer to the source that came out earlier today, like Ariel Hawani, and he debunked everything. So it's I know a lot of people were saying last night. God, anybody but Saudi. But oh well. Well, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. I'll keep an eye on the news, and when something legit breaks, we'll talk about it. So, but because there certainly are a number of people out there that could buy it legit, and hopefully plan a good future for it, but we'll see. Anyways, all right, next little piece of news I just happened to see before I was setting things up earlier tonight. I was on my phone on a commercial break. In fact, it was right before Adam Cole came back there. We'll get to that too. I read that Tully Blanchard. Now, this was, I think a lot of people kind of assumed this. I always say, don't assume. But I think a lot of people thought that this was something that was coming to fruition as far as, Tully got switched out with Prince Nana as far as that newer group in Ring of Honor consisting of Brian Cage, and then there's two like Samoan guys, to killer tag team guys, Khan and someone else. I can't remember the guy's name. But anyways, Prince Nana's fronting that. It was Tully Blanchard, and then all of a sudden it got switched out, and nothing was really said after that. So no other details besides that, other than I saw a quote from Tully from an interview saying that he is just no longer affiliated with AEW and or Ring of Honor. So there's that. Does this mean that his wrestling career then is done? I can't imagine that he'd be completely done. I mean, I'm sure he's still going to be making the autograph signings and such, but is he going to land on TV anytime soon? We'll just have to wait and see. I tell you what, I really enjoyed him out there, especially when he was with FTR. I thought if anything, he would rejoin those guys, because I felt like that really worked. I really felt like it worked. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he burned the bridge of WWE or, I really have no idea what his relationship is like with other people, outside of what he had in AEW. One other thing, I don't talk a lot of Fig stuff lately. In fact, I put up a few new ones behind me here, but I got this the other day, and I'm not going to crack this open right now. I probably will down the road sometime. I picked up the new AJ Styles. Let's see if we can do this without getting a big reflection here. Yeah, there we go. The AJ Styles WWE Legends hit stores, because all the new stuff is hitting the stores, apparently, from what other people are saying, as far as the true figgy collectors out there that just go ape shit and collect everything. I collect a few here and there. I'm not like them, but I still watch out for the ones that I want. But yeah, when I heard that this was going to be a part of this line, in fact, this whole line looks really good. It's AJ Styles, Dingo Warrior, or the Ultimate Warrior, Ken Shamrock, and Shawn Michaels. If I get anything out of this, I'm going to pick up a Ken Shamrock. I might even pick up another AJ Styles and make a custom out of it. Because, well, number one, he's got a Nitro shirt here, which I don't know about you. I wasn't watching Nitro towards the tail end, with the exception of the last show. So I don't remember AJ on there, but I do in fact know, because me and my crew from TNI, Trent and Mark and Mr. Front Row Bill and Kyle here and there, we were reviewing the NWA TNA, the Asylum days. And AJ Styles was all over that. X Division champ, world champ. And what I'm thinking about doing is if I pick up another one, I'm going to see, because there's plenty of like little t-shirts and gear you can buy for them. Zach Bonifer, they're at Target. They just hit Target this week, so go hit your Target if you want to pick some up. I was lucky. The whole line was there. I was the first one to pick anything out of there. So, I mean, I could have bought the whole line if I wanted to, but it's one at a time. One at a time. If you search on eBay and other sites, you can find people that make those little custom action figure t-shirts. And I want to buy some classic gear for what AJ would have worn in the NWA TNA days. Maybe make a custom, maybe get some different shorts on there. Whatever, vest, shirt, something. We'll see. It would have been phenomenal. Yeah, I see what you did there. So yeah, super excited. Haven't been this excited about a fig in a while. Just because I had so much fun reviewing those with the boys, and the fact that we've got one. I mean, I don't have any of the classic NWA TNA figs, and that's like way on the back bench as far as stuff that I'd like to pick up someday. Maybe if I see a Cowboy James Storm, I'll pick it up or something like that somewhere down the road. But Mr. Fretz is in the chat. What is up, man? Says J-Bone, I'm about to hit 100 episode of Fretzlemania. Congrats, man. Congrats. That's quite the feat. Tremendous. So, but yeah, pick those up at Target if you're a figure collector. One other one that I just got here, move my head out of the way. I don't know if you can see this over my shoulder here. I got my first Hulk Hogan figure, and it's actually the 2-pack of Hulk Hogan and Andre. Really stoked about that. I could not pass that one up. I picked up that one just before the holidays. So, but enough fig stuff. Let's get into tonight's. Just trying to think, was there anything else? I was thinking about talking about some Impact Wrestling, but I'll save that for tomorrow night. We'll do the preview tomorrow night over on the little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact. We'll do some Hard to Kill talk over there. Looks like the card is pretty well set. They're even talking about stuff that's going to happen in the fallout from Hard to Kill the following day for the taping. So that looks like fun too. Looks like Dirty Dango is going to be back. Let me know in the chat. Do you want to see Dirty Dango sign with Impact Wrestling? Or are you good with just like the occasional signing? I like him. I like him a lot. I'd like to see him get like a completely fresh start and just get completely away from the old dancing gimmick and just wrestle. Just be Johnny Curtis again. But who knows? We'll see. But yeah, tonight's show is pretty damn good. One thing I was a little surprised, there was a lot of anticipation for the debut of the formerly known as Sasha Banks. When they announced Toni Storm, I was really, and I know I'm not the only one. I have no idea, if something fell through, maybe some news will come out later as far as details, as far as whether she's, well, if she's coming in, did something fall through? What's going on with Miss Mercedes Monet? Uh, we a lot of us were expecting that, and there was, because how do you play that out? Is there the typical, oh, so and so got attacked in the back, and Saraya has to make a quick phone call, and then well, who's gonna be the tag partner? And then she debuts or something like that. That's happened plenty of times before in the world of professional wrestling across the board, different companies. I kind of pictured something like that happening. We didn't get that. We just got the match. There was no lights out at the end, and all of a sudden, she's here. There was nothing. There was no Mercedes Monet, no formerly known as Sasha Banks, nothing. Terrence Terrence has an opinion about Impact here. He says Impact needs to sign some knockouts before they sign any more fellas. Okay. All right. I got you. Then you were replying to my Dirty Dango thing, I think is what you were replying to. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just right now. I'm just hoping that Su Yung comes back at Hard to Kill. I think that'd be amazing. So I'm crossing my fingers for that finally comes to fruition. Something's happening. I can feel it because I've been begging for it for months. So Critical Sting says they could have easily avoided the mystery partner gimmick, so this wouldn't feel like such a fumble. Well, the match was good, but I hear you. It's only a fumble if you really, really wanted to see Mercedes Monet and you felt let down. I didn't feel let down because earlier on in the night, we got the return of Adam Cole, baby. I was ecstatic about that. He's been in the news lately. Was very excited about seeing him because, the stuff that was coming out was, hey, he could be back tomorrow. He could be back next month. He could be back next year. It just sounded real. It just made it sound real unsure as far as what his future was going to be. So, who do you want to see Adam Cole go up against? And there was nothing tonight. It was just his return. They kept it simple. They kept it focused on him. And no run-in, no attack, no nothing. It was just him, and which was fine because the segment emotion-wise it felt heavy enough, especially with him saying that there was good and bad, and so that immediately gets, the lump in your throat going like, oh, okay, here we go. He's saying goodbye. But it felt like a positive because Tony Schiavone was actually pretty comical in his introduction of Adam Cole. He said, I am absolutely, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was something to the effect of, I am absolutely not happy to introduce this next person to you, or something. And it was like, that was just coming back from break, and I was still on my phone just kind of scrolling through something real quick, looking at just news in general. seeing if there was anything good to catch up on. And it took a couple seconds. It took a couple seconds. He's walking down the ramp, and I'm like, all of a sudden, my the sparks went off in the brain, and it was like, zzz, 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 oh, that it's computing. I slowly look up. It's Adam Cole. I was like, oh my God. So I quick rewound it to the top of the segment, and then I caught the, Tony Schiavone joke, watched him come down, and in all of his Adam Cole glory, and man, what a pop. And I try to give props to the cities that really bring it, because some to this day are just dead, sitting on their hands. Like, these guys bust their asses. You may not like everything that happens during this show, but man, wake the F up. LA was ready for this. They brought it tonight. They were excited about everything. Every match had something special that they brought their charisma to the forefront with. Good stuff. Zach Bonifer here says, I see Jessica going back to the undead realm and turning back to her old self due to Su Yung. Maybe. I think she's going to show up in that multi-women's match, either before or during or after or something, because that's one of those no DQ, anything can happen. It makes sense. We'll see. But we'll cover that tomorrow. Can't wait, though. So, now where was I? Covered Adam Cole. But yeah, let me know who you want to see Adam Cole face. What else happened? And we can go, as far as matches, we can go down the card here. Where are we at here? Okay. Hangman Adam Page versus Moxley. That was a blast. These two just clobbered the hell out of each other. So great to see. And it was, the little wink at the end was, it got so physical that Hangman Adam Page roughed up Mox so much that there was someone attending to Mox at the end, and he looked like he was, knocked pretty hard. So, and Hangman Adam Page, as angry as he was at Mox, he left the ring and looked, had a concerned look on his face, and his body, his body was, the way his body, where he was expressing himself, said a lot about what he thought of the match and how he felt. I mean, he was happy he got the win there. I'm happy he got the win, but he certainly, in the end, because he knew what he went through, he knew that he didn't want anyone else to feel like that in all actuality. We've got a Anna Reed in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Anna Reed's birthday today. Give Anna Reed some love. Tell her happy birthday. I'd sing, but I don't think my voice is up for it tonight. I used up all my Barry White sexiness last night on the show. But I'll make sure if you show up tomorrow night, me and the crew will sing a happy birthday to you. I just won't do it by myself. But happy birthday to you, Anna. Much love. Hope your day was good. So yeah, Hangman Adam Page gets the win here. What else? Let me refresh this page real quick just to see if there's any. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Next week on Dynamite, Bryan Danielson and his road to facing MJF at the pay-per-view. He is going to face Bandito next week. Oh man, what a dream match that's going to be. Bandito versus Bryan Danielson. You know what? Let's talk about let's talk about that match that we saw tonight. Takeshita. No thanks to no thanks to MJF, you know, completely botching his name. Oh my god. That was I mean, it's classic MJF, you know. I kind of thought it ran a little long, but that's MJF. He runs a little long in the tooth once in a while. He just never shuts up. But Takeshita did he gave it to him. He even spoke some English. Great to see. Shocked him. In fact, MJF probably wet his pants a little. Then Bryan Danielson chased him out of the arena. Man, I don't think I've seen MJF run so fast in my life. I've seen him run from foes before, but my goodness. Someone needs to get MJF signed up for the Olympics, you know. That would you know, do that 100-yard dash thing. I think he'd win. I seriously think he'd win. What do you guys think? Sign him up. Brian Field. Good evening, sir. Good to see you. But yeah, Bryan Danielson versus Takeshita. Man, what a I guess I don't know, what do you call that? It's was pretty much a knockdown drag out. I can't think of the word for it. But these two just knocked the hell out of each other. And I can't wait to see what else comes down. Well, we know we got Bandito next week. And I'll tell you what, I was surprised that Takeshita did sign. I was when he was sticking around for a while, I thought it was the typical. I think I've talked about this before a little before. I assumed it was the typical. Okay, he's going to spend a few months in America, do some indies, do a few appearances on Dynamite, maybe somewhere else, and then he'll go back to Japan. But no, he actually is staying in America now. They said on the show, and it was announced semi recently. It was towards the end of last year, I believe. Somewhere in the last quarter of last year, said he was all elite, that he was sticking around. But man, and I'm learning a little bit more and more about him all the time. 10 years in the business. I didn't think he was 10 years in the business. And it does show. It does show. Here I'm thinking he's going to be a little green, like maybe not ready. I mean, it's always a challenge putting someone out there that maybe isn't quite ready for TV or something like that. But he seems to be just doing just fine. Doing just fine. I feel like someday he's going to be AEW's version of I always screw up the name, and someone's gonna put it in the chat for me because I know my chat's gonna save me on this one. The Ace of New Japan, or I just did the Bullet Club thing and knocked my earbuds out at the same time. Jiminy Christmas. But this part stayed in. God. What is going on here? What is going on? The guitar solo guy, the Ace of New Japan. No, not Okada. But I mean, he could be as good as Okada. Tanahashi, is that it? I think it's Tanahashi. That's who I'm thinking of. Could be the next Tanahashi. Or Okada. Okada's top of the mountain there too. Literally, because now he's champ again. So, all right. So, yeah, amazing match. Strong style. That's the words I was trying to think of. It was like a Japanese strong style match where these guys are just going back and forth. Oh, here's a headline I just noticed. Per Dax Harwood, FTR has been granted a few months off TV. Well, that's good. That's good. Give them a break. They've been touring their asses off with all these belts all over the place, busting their asses. They deserve, some time to heal up, rest up. You gotta do that for your body once in a while. It's just it's only proper for a wrestler. I mean, you go all year long and you're bound to get some injuries and working hurt all the time. That does nothing good for your body. I mean, it certainly toughens you up, but it's not good. All right, what's next here? This one was short but sweet. Jungle Boy and Hook. And they called him Jungle Hook, a la Jungle Book. Defeated Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. This one was actually fun. This one didn't drag out too long. Everybody got their stuff in. So Anna shows what I know about Japanese wrestling. It's okay, Anna. It's okay. Here, I'm hoping Critical Sting comes in here with the win here. Is it Tanahashi I'm thinking of? I'm pretty sure that's who it is. I know there's a Tanahashi and a Takahashi, and that's where it all gets blurry. I know the faces I'm thinking of, but I screw up the names. My Japanese is not so bueno. Wink, wink. So, yeah, Hook came down with what looked like some fresh shorts, some fresh gear. Jungle Boy also looked like he had some. I mean, other than like the boots he's had on for a while, since like day one, he looked like he had some fresh gear on. So he's kind of getting away from the jungle look, so to speak. He's kind of, how I say, growing out of it. He's kind of maturing. So that's good to see, and there's only so long that you can. I mean, the music, everyone pops to the music still, waves their hands, all that stuff, just like Joe Hendry. Uh, oh no, that's something different. Um, but yeah, I actually like the team of Lee Moriarty and Big Bill. It seemed to work for a while until it didn't, of course. Uh, but in their debut together, I don't know if this is supposed to be a one night only or if they're going to keep them together for a little bit, just for just for the ease of, okay, we'll just throw them against whoever, and build them up and maybe get them a tag team title shot someday. Who knows? What do you guys? What does my audience want to see from Jungle Book and Hook? Do you want to see them stay together as a tag team or go their separate ways, as the song says? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and people still making fun of the Big Bill name. You know what? His name is William, and he's a big guy, so whatever. It fits him. I'm over it. I'm okay with it. I don't hate on it. I like the guy too much, whether he's a heel or not. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. He recently engaged to his girlfriend, the stepdaughter of Diamond Dallas Page, who has been there from day one ever since he decided to get sober. So that's a winning combination right there. You hold on to that. That's the kind of stuff that you hold on to. So, all right, what's next here? We got and I touched on this a little bit. Jamie Hayter and the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD, defeating Saraya and Toni Storm. Like I said, no formerly known as Sasha Banks showing up in this match, and but mystery aside, the match was good. Toni Storm felt different in this match. So I don't know if they're doing kind of like a double switcheroo here where they're turning Saraya and Toni Storm heel, and because of the popularity of Jamie Hayter and the growing popularity of Britt Baker, that they're just going to make them faces. I mean, Jamie Hayter got one of the biggest pops of the night. And it was also refreshing to see. Anna says she loves Big Bill. She also says, let's have Jungle Hook for a while. Well, there you go. There you go. There's a vote for the good old Jungle Hook. All right. Excuse me. But yeah, this is I tell you what, I've been very excited. I've always been a fan of Paige's. When she was gone away, I missed her because I knew she was something special in that women's division. And I was really hoping that she was good enough to bring back that spark, to show the people that maybe aren't familiar with her early NXT stuff from 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago, whatever it was, what she was bringing to that division, because that was a whole new chapter in women's wrestling in WWE. That was that next class. It was Paige. It was people knock Summer Rae all the time. I love me some Summer Rae. The Sasha Banks was part of that. Charlotte came from that. Bailey came from that, and then Becky Lynch. And then oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. She just came back to WWE. She was in Impact Wrestling. It's all about me. I cannot think of her damn name. Complete brain fart. Someone put it in the chat. But that whole class, that first couple years of women in NXT, so good. So good. And watching that match tonight, man, it made me a bigger fan of Saraya, former Paige, more than ever. She brought it tonight. Chelsea. No, not Chelsea. Not Chelsea. Chelsea has not come back to the WWE yet. There's an article out there saying that she's signed, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Emma. Anyways. Saraya brought it. Toni Storm brought a different kind of charisma and viciousness to her stuff tonight. The champ was on fire, Hayter. And, I mean, you want to talk about an absolutely organic growth of a champion in a company that I know from talking to people in the Discord or online or in the chat with you guys as far as who you like, who you don't like from the women's division of AEW. But one, and I always think of Mark when I think of Jamie Hayter because he always came up with the what does he always say? Hayter is Bader. And I'm like, what the hell is that even? But that right there, you know, people seeing how good she is and seeing her get more and more attention and eventually get up to that point of you can't deny her a championship because you see the well, what the hell? Kicking me out of my own show. Freaking internet. I'm telling you. Just blows lately. My God. You know what? Maybe I just need a new damn computer. And then that'll just suck all the internet out of the area. Right. Bam. Right here. Right here to smash this podcast. I'll rename this podcast Smash This Internet, baby. Maybe not. But anyways, where was I? Good tag match. A lot of fun. Main event time. God, it feels like this thing is gonna like just die any second. Unbelievable. All right, well, we'll wrap this up. Main event was really good. The Elite finally won. Yeah, it looks like this thing is going to kick me out in about 2 seconds. So, main event was great. If I have more time another day, I'll talk more about it. But it looks like I'm going to lose my internet in about 2 seconds. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to keep this less than an hour. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. Damn, this just pisses me off. But hey, what am I going to do? I got no control over the internet around here. Much love, everyone. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Hopefully. Maybe. On your way out, make sure you know what to do. Smash that like button. Smash that sub button. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Check out the links in the descriptions. Get yourself some merch. It's the new year. Get a mug. I don't know. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow night for all things Impact Wrestling over on Total Nonstop Impact. Later.
This is sick. This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.